Hello, I'm Sam Mendelsohn, and tonight I'm joined to you by Matt Pollard and Ryan Furman. And right now, we're in the NBA playoffs. Quickly, my Knicks, I just want to shout them out. One more to go. 3 down, 1 to go. But that's not what we're here to talk tonight. With the NBA draft rally being Saturday, we're going to talk some offseason and draft. So I'm going to recap the lottery real quick. The Hawks with the 10th best odds, the lottery might have been rigged, but they jumped up to number 1. The Spurs, who the Raptors pick would have converted to them, it was top 5 protected, which it was supposed to be. But due to the Hawks jumping up, their pick ended up falling to 8. So now the Spurs have 2 top 4 picks, pick 4 and pick 8. And of course, the Pistons, they just Pistons.
Well, it doesn't matter. Even though the Pistons had the worst season, it probably worked out in their favor, I guess, because this draft class is nobody. Nobody's good. Zach Edey's not going to translate into the NBA, so it's not the biggest
there is
lottery in the
2
world.
prospects but I do agree with you. And if anything, Cooper Flack, does this help their odds of being even worse next year?
I think so.
Number 1?
I think so.
But let's be real. The NBA ain't going to let them win the lottery because it's rigged.
Yeah.
What's your takeaway on that?
Without the Spurs have 2 picks coming up. They already got Wemby. They're looking good. They got young people coming up. They're going to be scary in a few years. I think if Pop stays around, who knows how long he's going to be coaching
So I just want to quickly talk on the Hawks. Are they going to trade Trae Young now and go into a faux rebuild since they have the number 1 pick? Or you think they keep him? Because him and Murray, they don't really mesh together in the backcourt.
I really don't see him being anywhere else besides Atlanta, to be honest. So I think he's staying.
I kind of got to agree with you.
Nothing's happened with them for however long he's been with them. Him and Murray, there's rumors that one of them might get traded. Unless they hit on this pick, one of them might be gone soon, so I guess we'll see.
I want Trae Young in the West. As a Knicks fan, I hate his guts. But now let's quickly talk on the NBA Combine. Day 1 and 2 was yesterday, and just Bronny is balling. I understand the narrative that, he's only getting this media attention because he's LeBron James' son. He has been balling the last 2 days at the Combine. And he came in. His measurements are pretty impressive. 6'1.5", huge wingspan, great lateral quickness. He should be a cornerback in the NFL. He's playing the wrong sport.
I really don't think Bronny's game's going to translate. He averaged 4.8 points in college. I understand he was a freshman, but there are freshmen doing way more. Like Rob Dillingham, by far, way better than him, will definitely translate. But Bronny James not going to do anything.
Whoever drafts Bronny is pretty much picking him as Thanasis because whoever gets Bronny gets LeBron for 2 years.
How does it
I like that take.
That's what I'm saying. They could sell all the G League tickets he's going to sell out. He's going to be selling out G League stadiums.
That is actually very true. It's all about the money with Bronny James.
Speaking about the money, Paul George, he wants to be paid. He has a player option. He might opt in and get signed and traded, but I think he's going to opt out and test the open market. And your Sixers have a max contract. What do you do?
I love Paul George, but he hasn't really shown enough in the playoffs, and he's just too old at this point for the Sixers to take such a huge risk on giving him all this money just for him to not perform. So he better not be the next Tobias Harris if he's on the Sixers.
Tobias, like James Harden, should go learn Chinese, but that's besides the point. So Matt, as a fellow Sixers fan, so if you're not going to sign Paul George to your max, so what are you going to do? Because you have a max contract.
Jimmy Butler's coming home.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
I would love that.
I don't see it. I know right now him and Pat Riley, they're beefing a little bit, but he's not trading his superstar.
I understand that, but
he'd
have to realize they're nothing without Jimmy Butler. You clearly saw that with how the Celtics happened last year and compared to this year, so they got to keep him.
Speaking of another superstar, is KD going to do what he always does and ask for a trade?
I think so. Obviously, he's known for screwing up super teams. The Suns' downfall this year needs to be studied. I legitimately thought they would actually be able to upset, but obviously that didn't happen.
I didn't think that because you can't win a championship with 3 people.
I never said they were going to win a championship.
Bradley Beal, I'll be damned. Guess what? You were damned.
Yeah, I know. He completely jinxed himself. He
just needs Curry. That's the only time he's ever won.
Yeah. And that's all from NBA playoff talk. Let's go to commercial.